We're Brian and Natalie, and welcome to another episode of our BaseCamp Barn Project. This episode's all about faux. We'll be faux painting our white steel garage doors a cedar color, and we'll be installing our faux roof on top of the shed. So come along, let's get the faux going. We're trying something a little different on these garage doors. Something I've been wanting to do for many years. They're just cheap garage doors, and they have, a wood grain kind of embossed in them. They're steel, just a cheap steel garage door. But Natalie yesterday put down a base color for a faux wood paint that we're going to try to replicate, just a cedar colored door. And so that's the experiment here today, is to try to replicate wood on a wood grained steel door. So this base color is kind of a tan color. It's not yellow, it's not wood, it's just kind of a sand, it's kind of a brown tan color. And then the top color, I've got more of a dark red, and I've put a lot of water so it's very diluted, and we'll just see how it kind of goes down. These door panels are just your everyday, inexpensive, from the box store, white, steel, wood embossed garage doors. We were after a red cedar color after painting. We used a water-based acrylic paint from Sherwin-Williams. After trying a few different colors, we settled on Dormer Brown for the base coat and Cedar Mill for the color coat. The base coat was painted full strength, but the color coat was diluted about 4 parts water to 1 part paint. See how it's kind of settling into the cracks? It's kind of what I want, is to have a dark sections and light sections. This allowed the diluted paint to settle into the low parts of the texture and become darker, and the high parts of the texture to become lighter. You want a little variation with this chip brush, just to make it look like there's wood there. We used a cheap chip brush for a little texture and painted the panels while they were horizontal. It worked out fantastically. I'm not so sure it would have worked out so well if they were painted vertically after they were installed, though. We liked it so much, we ordered our barn garage doors with a sand base coat color, very similar to the Dormer Brown we used. So all we hopefully will have to do is paint the diluted color coat before they get installed. All right, we're on our next step of installation. We got all of our door panels painted. Everything looks wonderful. This is the last one, and it got painted this morning, so it's out drying. I installed our interior boards that the garage door equipment is going to be attached to. I've used up just about all of my zip flashing, to flash this side in. I don't have enough to do up here, but I don't think I care. I've got some trim, so we're going to trim it out. I was seeing how the paint would adhere to this stuff on the back side down at the bottom, but we're going to trim out the face of this door so that we can start putting the panels on. Because right now this is exactly 8 feet wide, and the panels are exactly 8 feet wide. So I'm going to put a inch trim piece, around the perimeter on the inside, and then a 3/8 trim piece out to here, and Then we'll trim out this side here once we get the paneling going. But I need to have a flat spot for the garage door to lean against and use that as our tighten up to spot. So that's the project today. Before I put the door trim on, I'm gonna fend trim this here corner. So that's the project here, is we're fend trimming the front fascia and this here door opening corner right now before we put the siding on. So it's all nice and pretty and waterproof and airtight. This is Sega tape, their fend trim product. It's made to stick to just about anything. So that's what we're doing. We're just kind of sealing up this bottom joint. Sticks to the scissors really good too. Sticks to the rocks really good. So basically you want this joint here nice and clean. This here panel has, you know, the bottom edge is open, exposed, and the foam bottom is exposed. So we're gonna seal up around this corner. I'll try to anyway. And make it tight, watertight. That's sticky. So I'll stick it, use the Ouija to get it tight to that corner. It's stuck to the concrete. Then we'll peel this piece off. Kind of work our way up. Not getting too many wrinkles. So we're gonna have to trim a little bit here, I believe. See what we can do here. See if we can get into that corner. See, how do I want to do this? I think I want to cut here. Look at that spider right there already. And I think I want to cut here, but at an angle. Stuff is sticky. So then we'll come up like that. Get that adhered, and then we'll come around like this. Get that adhered. Hope you got your windows closed.
Pretty sure.
Working on our soffits today. I just finished a couple cuts. Cut these using a template I made. They're going to go up here to make our soffits. This piece here is what I just cut, so I got 3 more to put in here, and that's going to hold the soffit up. And then we're going to run these down to the other end. This is going to hold up our purlins. We're going to put, you know, some more of this material across every 16 or maybe every 12, I'm not sure. And that's what the steel is going to get attached to, is, you know, this piece here. And so that'll give us 2.5 inches of room here for it to breathe. But I'm going to put another piece of foam on top of this, so that'll be 1.5 inches. So we'll have 1 inch of room for that steel to breathe. You see here, the soffit's open. So the siding is going to come up and land in the bottom of this, which will get trimmed out and seal up the soffit. So the siding will breathe into the soffit, the roof will breathe into the soffit, everything will breathe on its way out from the very bottom to the very top. And that's why we zipped this corner tight, so that nothing gets inside of the house, water or air. So it's a very tight envelope, and all this is just kind of like a fake roof, if you will, on top of it. So these are 6-inch long anchor screws. They're meant to do this type of thing. So we're going 2.5 in here to the wood. The zip R is 1.5 inches, that's 4. So that gives me 2 inches of threads going into the rafters. So these things aren't going nowhere. These are good. As long as I hit the rafter, there's a split. Huh, let's go a little higher. Good. Go a little plus, just in case. Now that one's got to pull in. I know that one's worked out, so let's just do a little minus. And then we get this thing, and we figure out the slope is 3 degrees. That's what we're cutting to, 77.5 to the tall side. Oh, see, I bumped it. That. See if I can just slide down here without disturbing anything. Like that. Get a little shim. Get a screw. Like that. Watch out, doggy. Perfect. Right there. We're buttoning up the roof right now so we can get that last layer of shiny insulation in. Just got to cover up a few holes. Over the roll. Might get one more hole out. Don't want any water coming in. All right, we're winding up the roof project here. Got my cutting table. We just cut up all of the sheets that we needed of the shiny insulation, 1.5 inch thick shiny insulation, and they're up on the roof. So we're progressing towards finishing. I want to get this done this morning before the sun gets too high, because it's brutal up there with all that shiny. So we got this one panel to go in right here, but this will be my work area. We're going to finish up the purlins. I got over halfway. We got a couple more sticks to go. But this is the test bed for this style of roof build. As you can tell, we've got about 1 inch of air gap, and the steel is going to go on top of this, so there's actually more than that to the shiny. So that'll be our radiant barrier. The zip system is our water and air barrier. Obviously it has a little insulation on it too. So with this, I think it says it's R5 or R6 or R8 or something on there. And so between the two, I'm sure we're somewhere between R15 and R18, which isn't stupendous, but for a shed, it's pretty good. But obviously, this is a very labor-intensive build, I think. There's a lot of lumber up here. There's probably $200 worth of lumber on top of, you know, the roof trusses that were already there. So it's not very efficient. I don't think I want to do this on a large scale this way. But nonetheless, that's why we're doing it on this scale, just to get a test and see what's possible and see what's possible and see what's good and what's bad. Last piece of foam going in. Got to do a cutout right there. Huh? Cut out. Last piece of foam. So I'm just taping the sides, because I just thinking if we get any moisture underneath the steel here, it needs to breathe, need to be able to evaporate. I don't want to completely seal this here down. I'm just trying to hold it in place until the steel roof is put on. I need my squeegee. So I put a seam on top here, and I just use a squeegee and kind of press it into the edge. No clouds today so far. Yesterday we had clouds coming, so I was able to rock and roll pretty good. Just want to hold it down. It gets windy here, and I just don't know when the roofers are going to come. Done taping. There. Okay, let's go on to screwing. Screwing down the rest of these decks and then moving on. One last look up here. I think we're good. I think we're good. Got a couple screws on the end I got to do when I get the ladder done, do that. But yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good. I just got to put the last one on the edge of that fascia down there. Yep, we'll be done with the roof. I can send the roofers a picture.
I'm surprised at how much work we got done between all the rain squalls. Next episode, we'll put up our core vent and Faux stone, do a little bit of wiring, while we wait for our steel roof to get installed. If you want to follow along with our progress, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.